I made the mistake after grudgingly accepting the need for this book of looking at the chapters in the next book. I was like, so I was like, damn it, now I don't care about this book again, and I just want to get to the next one.
Well, I'm still like, as I'm reading it, I'm like, what happens in this book? Because none of what I think is happening is going to be until book 7.
Allie's here, so hi, Allie.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
So I don't know what you're talking about, but never mind.
I didn't spoil anything. I'm just saying, like,
I know.
what happens in this book.
Or what doesn't happen, it sounds like.
I mean, well, okay. So first of all, this is the only book that my audio and Kindle won't sync up. I think I told you that, and
Yeah.
Amazon's just like, sorry, that happens sometimes. Like, okay. And they made me show them a receipt. I'm like, I bought it on Amazon. You can't find a damn receipt? I had to go through my order history. I bought the damn book 10 years ago. Wow. I think maybe it's just too old and the version doesn't work or that I have or something. I don't know. So then my tablet that I dropped and I had to send in again because it got a line like down the middle of the screen, and then it had a week left on its warranty, so I hurried up and mailed it in. When you do that, you have to factory reset it just in case. So when it came back and I factory reset it, I had to reinstall the apps, and it wouldn't download fucking Song of Susannah for any reason. Even Amazon hates that book, is what all this proves. So I had to uninstall. Actually, I had to uninstall Kindle and reinstall and get rid of all the cached data, and then I got it to open, but I still can't listen to it and read it at the same time. So like I said, I've grudgingly accepted the need for this book. So far, I feel like maybe he could have like just made Kala and book 7 a little bit longer and got rid of this altogether.
I mean, you say that, but like book 5 was already really long, and 7 is even longer. So I don't know. It's like it's necessary.
This is almost like a break in between all the crap that happens in those two books.
Right. And it truly is like, well, I guess it's not really just the Song of Susannah, because you've got everyone else in there too, but it just feels like a long, like, prelude to the next movie or book.
It's a lot of Susannah all of a sudden after getting almost nothing of Susannah for up till now.
So, my friend has been reading the series, and we'll just say Matt. I forgot you both know who he is. So he's been reading
Dark Tower.
Yeah, he's been listening to the audiobook, so it's good enough. And he's up to the Wastelands now, so he is starting that one. And
absolutely hate the Gunslinger.
Yeah, I had to like guide him through. I'm like, I promise you, it will get better. Like, don't give up. It's gonna be okay. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But I was listening to the audiobook, and he heard, like, it's probably not a great idea, but I just kind of assume he won't remember anything. But he heard the part where Detta comes back, and he's like, wait, I thought Detta was gone. I thought it was just Susannah now. And I'm like, just don't listen to anything right now, okay? Like, these are spoilers. Like, this is like 6 books later, or like 3 books later. So it's like, don't worry about it.
Wait. What part when Detta comes back?
In Song of Susannah, when she speaks up, like Susannah recognizing that Mia has control, like, brings Detta back.
So what you were reading or something, you mean?
Yeah, I said I was listening to the audiobook of Song of Susannah. Sorry, I didn't make that clear.
Oh, and he heard it.
And he heard it, yeah, because I didn't think about it. And he's like, wait, Detta's gone. Isn't it just Susannah? And I'm like, it was.
This is the answer to that question.
Yeah.
I was kind of annoyed. Again, we'll get to that, but
I mean,
he has to do some part. It's got to be Detta.
it's annoying that like what was the point? Like why did we have to get rid of them? Especially like we don't hear from Odetta ever again. She's gone for sure. And then like well, I don't know. It's like you could have just made it all Susannah's personality. But that being said, I love Detta, like and especially in this context where she's on our side. So it's great every time she shows up.
I respected her when she was like the big bad guy in the story, and I kind now that she's kind of back more than we've ever gotten her before. I like her. I like this version of her where like she cares but she doesn't care.
Right.
Kind
She's
of
there
thing.
to protect Susannah, which is her.
Yeah, and she sees me. I guess we're just going all around, but she sees Mia as an outsider, not as like Odetta.
I
So that
mean, we
tells
kind of
you,
learned she is an outsider.
yeah, right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's part of learning it. It's like she's the fact that
Oh,
it's like she's like it's us against her.
yeah. They're all in her head.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Like that personality's fake.
yeah, right. I don't trust that personality. We got to stick together. Our personalities, right? Us, us people with no bodies.
And Odetta's like, what about me?
That Susanna, that we don't really need her.
Yeah. She was no good anyway. She got hit or she got paralyzed.
Yeah, if she was any good, she would have avoided the train. That's what we call Trump logic. Um,
So
there's
yeah, it
kind of
felt.
a. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say like it felt like maybe I don't know. It's like things happen, but also after all the excitement that we just went through, it's like we're just leading up to something. Like nothing's really happening yet. I mean, well, we had the battle, the gunfight.
That was. I didn't remember that. Probably because I skipped this book half the time. So that was
uh,
maybe. I forgot that they walked into an ambush like that, and yeah. So go ahead.
I was gonna say I have to say they give Aaron and Calvin so much crap, but it never mattered how like much care they took because Mia is the one that told them where they were.
It's kind of true. And how did they not think if Susanna knows, Mia knows? How did that not cross their minds?
Yeah.
I guess they didn't fully like they kept saying it was some kind of demon baby, but I don't think they necessarily knew it was a direct link to the Crimson King.
We got yeah, I gotta find that. We got the total explanation of how that worked.
I like how it was thrown in there. It was like, you understand it, right? And Susanna was like, yeah, I did. This is what happened. I'm like, well, I'm glad you summed it up because I wasn't following.
Right. I like the synopsis because yeah, I was kind of like, wait a minute. So this female demon became a male, and that's just weird.
Well, okay, so I get that it's Roland's kid, and I understand why that happened, and I kind of figured that out before they like flat out laid it out. But I didn't realize that was a direct link to the Crimson King.
Yeah. I'm still not sure how.
Like, does are did the demons work for the king?
Well, probably, but that doesn't mean that they are all his child.
Well, no, but it.
What was the direct link to the king?
I don't know because
No,
the
I mean, why did
first
you say that? I don't remember. I don't remember the how the demon related to the king. I'm trying to find it.
I
Well,
don't
isn't that what
know.
y'all just said?
Say it again.
Isn't that what y'all just said?
I did not relate the demon to the king. I was just trying to figure out how like Susanna has Roland's kid and how all that worked.
Oh,
Well, it was said. Mia said that the child is
She did, didn't she? Yeah, we have to get to
well.
that.
I don't know if she said that. She said that he will kill Roland.
yeah, like he's Roland's downfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing that.
I don't quite understand. Like, I know that the demon was the implement of getting Roland's sperm to Susannah, but I don't understand why that now makes it demon sperm.
Well, it was a demon involved the whole time. I'm just
I think
wondering.
there's
Yeah,
two
well, that's
fathers
true.
is the answer to that. There's a demon father and a Roland father. I think it's like a little bit of both.
I guess like carrying his sperm around kind of like changed the genetic makeup, maybe.
I think you're thinking about it way too hard.
No, I mean, I'm kind of with her. Like, I don't necessarily follow the
I mean, for
logic.
that matter, if it's Roland's sperm, what the fuck does a demon have to do with it, other than transferring it? It should just be a normal human baby.
Right.
Well, that's what she said. Yeah.
I mean, but obviously, it's not, and we know it's not.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the king's influence. Then seems like this is a real difficult way for the king to have a kid. He could have chosen easier options. Did it need to be Roland's for some reason?
Yeah, like what does that have to do with taking Roland like down? Only his blood can defeat him.
I'll show you. We'll have the same kid. I'll get him with child support. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I guess other than plot devices, I don't. I don't see how Susannah even. Does she realize that she's? I mean, I feel like the odds are stacked against her of surviving this whole birth thing. It doesn't seem like.
What choice does she have? She can't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't guess. There's nothing she can really do about it, so she might as well just hope
I do like
everything will be all right.
her Dogen visualization and that stuff. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a ancient version of Jake Dogan. It was kind of funny.
Look, she didn't have computers.
Right. I kept saying it's how she imagined Jake Dogan. I guess that word just came up so much. I thought it was a real damn word. I don't think I realized. I like how. Do you notice how Mia talks like she's from the Cala?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
we've
maybe
established that that's Cala speak at this point, right?
that's a good point. Maybe it's just like I don't know.
Yeah.
Everyone from end world, mid world.
See, maybe it wasn't the Cala I was remembering. It's all confusing.
But I did notice that when Susanna Mia has the turtle sigil and like people start becoming like obsessed with it, they speak like the Kala. Like they say like, Kala stuff that they should know, like thank you Sai and stuff like that. And I'm like, how interesting.
Yeah. Well, and it was super, super creepy when the receptionist girl was like, "The king is coming for you," and I was like, "Oh no!" Stop using the turtle immediately.
Right, you shush.
Yeah, that was a strange. See, there was some parts that like, okay, I get why this book needs to be here, but then again,
I
didn't do
totally.
anything for the story. It's like that's like a jump scare in a movie almost. That part.
Kinda.
Also, the king's not going anywhere, so I guess
Right.
it's metaphorical.
We know. Well, what do we know about the king at this point? What's the king's status?
We do this every time, I feel like.
I never know the answer, so I
I
don't know.
I know.
So the
I like our
king.
bird soundtrack. I'm
I
digging
know.
They're helping.
It sounds like the king is breaking the beams with the breakers, intending and knowing that the world will fall apart, and he's been like promised a kingdom of his own or something. But I'm like, how?
He'll
Yeah.
rule the darkness, I think is the way they put it. Like, I don't know if that sounds like something I'd want to do.
Well,
Yeah.
in this section, we learned that Mia says that he's been promised a land of his own after it falls, and it's like, and even Susannah says, promised by whom? Like, I would like to know that too.
That's a good point.
Yep.
So the devil has been replaced by the super devil. I don't. I mean, I assume the king was the opposite of the turtle. There's no. It doesn't get bigger than that, right?
I mean, I
Unless we
guess
got
that's
the
what they
mystery
want
white
us
that
to
helps every now and
believe,
again.
but he doesn't seem all that powerful so far.
The turtle?
The king.
Oh, either one, really. Well, the turtles. What do you call it? Sigil was powerful.
Skolpada?
Right? Yeah, I felt like I was in an IKEA store. Where did you get that from?
The guy was Swedish or whatever.
I know, but like that was so random. Like, why was it a Swedish guy? I guess it's maybe.
Why not?
I know I don't have a problem with it, but like, where did it? I don't know. Where did he go? He must have been like walking in New York one day and talked to a Swedish guy or something.
Yeah.
Everything he does comes from like something that happened to him. But yeah, that thing was damn powerful. But the way I heard it, I've heard rumors that the turtle died years ago.
We're not. I can't do that. I mean, unless it's like the white is helping the turtle's power now, which I guess is possible.
Is Maturin the same turtle as the
Yes.
portal turtle?
Yes.
So it's Pennywise's turtle.
Yeah, but I'm on the side of that wasn't the real Maturin, or he wasn't actually dead.
Probably easier that way.
Was,
They never did really like go back to that. They're like, oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah, sorry, no help there.
yeah.
But he's still around all the time, so I don't really understand.
Well, when was it written?
86. What? Yeah, 86.
So I feel like he hadn't. I mean, especially being, in the height of his addiction and hadn't quite figured out all of the plans for the tower yet, maybe. He was like, the turtle is important, but not in the future.
Yeah, well, I don't think he knew where he was going to end up. He didn't know then that all roads lead to the tower.
Yeah.
And let's see, 86 would have been right before the Wastelands? Oh, wait. Blizzard and Glass is 97. Wasteland was 91. Yeah, well, it would have been now around drawing of the 30.
Yeah, so he definitely wasn't thinking about maturing in that way.
Not yet. Needed some more Coke, a little bit of whiskey.
But I'm like, you couldn't have picked any other Guardians.
I know. Like, what's this turtle fascination? I feel like he's got a room full of turtles in his house or something.
And there was others that he could choose from. Like, pick another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got, 12 of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or 10. Like, I don't really want the bear either. That kind of ran its course real quick. So let's get it. Well, wait. Is the turtle and the bear the same being?
Yeah, just different ends.
Well,
so
different sides.
Yeah, because they went from Sharnik's End and they're walking to the tower, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
we also, sorry.
You have to go through the tower to get to the turtle.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I don't even know what that means, but
only in the world of Stephen King.
Yeah. Robin's sitting here in front of me. I could ask her. She gets a little worried sometimes.
I forgot the reason why I kept calling it Concordia is because of Discordia and Concordance.
That'll do it. Oh, Discordia. Well, yeah, that hasn't come up yet, right?
They've mentioned it, which I think, or he has mentioned it, which I think is funny because I don't know if we've learned that yet. He just like throws it out there.
He who?
Stephen King.
The word sounded familiar to me, so I think it may have been mentioned.
Do you know what that is?
No.
I barely know what that is.
feel like it was
Oh,
mentioned either when they were in Lud or on Blaine leaving Lud.
Blaine
that
might have
would
been.
make sense. Yeah.
Blaine would be that kind of guy.
Well, no, because they were looking at a map.
as what Discordia was a destination.
Discordia is a place. Yeah, you don't remember that?
Yes, I don't remember it being on the map. Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
I'm saying it could have been if it was mentioned then.
Let's go to Discordia. Sure, that sounds fun. Oh, wait, is that a made up word again, or am I taking it that way because I know what it is?
I don't know. I don't. Is it a word?
I don't.
We know that Discordia is a place.
Hey,
Yeah, I was like
Google.
in Stephen King
Yeah.
world.
What is Discordia?
I don't know. I mean, I know there's a platform called Discord. Well, and I was honestly trying to figure out, I was like, do I know this word because I know of Discord, or do I know it because it was a different book?
Okay, that didn't work. I think it's like Dogen.
Yeah, yeah. I've never tried to look it up as an actual word.
Sounds like it should be. I think all his made up words should be actual words. We could go speak top other languages to people. Or we could just go Cala speak. That would confuse the shit out of people.
Unless,
Mhm.
apparently.
I do that to
Although-
Michelle all the time.
Speak
Yeah.
Cal speak.
Yeah, you know, yard, do you? Especially when we're texting.
Yeah. I don't know if we've mentioned that before, but I saw the word palaver used just like in regular speech. And I was like, oh, that's a real word. Okay.
Well, the audiobook says palaver. I've learned that, so I don't know which one's right. I usually
Okay,
follow
whatever. Doesn't the
No, I'm just-
pronunciation isn't important.
I saw that somewhere. I think it might be like an old Western book term.
I saw it on the Unexplained with William Shatner. They were talking about like, was it? No, I don't remember. It was something like that on like History Channel.
Yeah, they have a couple of them now. Unexplained and anything ancient alien.
Yeah.
And then have the William Shatner ancient alien. That's a whole new world.
It shows where you learn nothing.
So, yeah, right. Just people with crazy hair talk and speculate about.
Yeah. What
What
could
is-
or could not be.
Now suppose ancient alien. And I think it's Mystery Files and the one with Lawrence Fishburne too. The History's Greatest Mystery.
Yeah. And they have the Skinwalker Ranch series and stuff.
That's one of those nothing happened shows. That's like
Yep.
Oak Island. I can't watch any of that shit. I can't get into it. I don't understand it. Other than those guys have a real obsession problem.
Right. I'm like, I want to just I guess if you have a lot of time and want to watch nothing happen on TV.
Right? And just dramatic music, like something's gonna happen.
And
Like
then
it's like
pointing at
sliver of gold, and you get the like heartbeats and go into commercial. Dun, dun, dun.
and then they show a blurry photo and they like circle something in the background. They're like, look at that. Do you see that speck?
Yeah. There's one I was watching. I think it's the one on Amityville. It is Amityville. It's History Greatest Mysteries on Amityville. They have a picture of a kid that doesn't exist when they took the picture. Like, they took a picture of a room when they developed it. There's a kid in the picture. It's like it's the only one I've ever heard of that like has yet to be. No one can say who the hell that kid is and why it's there. Whether it's like a trick of light and all that. Like it's actually unexplained. Like, yeah, go Amityville. I guess it will remain unexplained.
Like
Anyway.
everything on the show.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're trying to find out.
Sorry.
Mm. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. And it doesn't really get us anywhere. It just talks about it and goes to the next one.
Yeah.
It doesn't even try to like solve any of the mysteries. I'm in my 90s. I'm not solving this crap.
I definitely am getting tired of unexplained, unsolved. I've been looking up like solved mysteries and solved things. I'm like, I want some closure.
That's why I had to stop watching the Disappeared on ID. because there's no closure
that's
at
a
the end.
hard one.
Like the murder ones, okay, like they might send you down a couple wild goose chases, but at the end they always wrap it up like neatly, and you usually know who did it, and or at least who got charged and who's in jail. That disappeared, man. It's just like, hey, we don't really know anything for 45 minutes.
Right, and you're just at the end of it, you're like, but where are they?
Yes. Can I get an update? Or like, remember Unsolved Mysteries with Robert Stack? You old enough for that? Like, if you waited long enough, and like 10 years later, there would be an update to the episode, and they were like, "We found them." Like, yes. I love when there's updates. Anyway, I don't even remember where the hell we were.
Yeah.
The Manny. Yeah. How about the fact that either so we start with a beam quake, which might be the most horrifying thing that happens in this book.
I like how everyone from Roland's world though is like, beamquake? Yeah, beamquake. That's what I thought. Yep. I'm like, that's not normal.
Right?
How do you just know that?
They've just so nobody's, I don't know, slightly terrified that there's one fucking beam left. I mean,
well, I feel like I'm scared.
Right. I guess they can't really do anything. Yeah, it's funny though. Beamquake? Yeah, beamquake. Yeah, that's what I thought. Beamquake? Yeah. It was beamquake. We all do. Well, how many of these have you felt?
Yeah.
Jeez. And then, so I think it was supposed to be what Eddie and no, Eddie wasn't supposed to go, but he was going to try to mac his way in there because he's an idiot. And it was supposed to be Roland and Susannah, right?
No, Roland, I thought was gonna take Eddie.
Yeah, it was Roland and Eddie in New York, and Jake and Callahan.
That's right. Roland thwarted his plans by letting him go. That's what it was, because Eddie was going to like knock him out and run through the door or some shit.
Well, I think the magic messed them up because it switched them.
Well, that's my point. Originally, it was going to be this, but then the door said, "Oh no, we're going to do it this way."
Yeah.
And that's what that cracks me up. I think it's Henchik, who's one of my favorite people. I can picture him with like foot-long fingernails, just like tapping his fingers together. Very maniacally. Either the quake or the loss of the magic ball has driven the cave insane. I'm like,
I know.
Oh, and we're still doing this.
It's like that is worse too, because it's like, now can everyone hear everyone's voices? Like it's like your worst secrets.
Well, they can, because Susannah heard Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's bad enough that they're telling you your deepest maybe subconscious things that you don't want out there, and then you're like, shit, shut up.
Yeah, shh.
Yeah. Oh my god. You must have somebody else. Wrong number.
I also love how the explanation for things is just like, it went insane. Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, your cave didn't? I mean, come on. We've used it like 4 times in a month. They can, and that's the other thing. They apparently they were allowed to cut their nails only once a year.
Oh yeah,
painful.
Most. That's why I was like, when he's tapping his fingers together, it's more of a click, I guess. I guess your fingers don't make it together when your nails are that long. I don't know. Kramen means house of bells. Didn't this? Wait, it used to be the doorway cave, and now they're calling it the cave of voices.
No, it used to be the cave of voices, and then it became the doorway cave.
Oh, so the voices were there before, even with that. So if I'd have walked up there and there was no door, that I still would have had like Henry yelling at me.
I don't remember exactly, but I think so. Yeah.
It was like a chicken or an egg thing. Oh, and then Black 13 showed up, I think, with Callahan, and then it became the doorway cave.
Right.
Yeah.
Or Black 13 brought Callahan, I guess, with his.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that's about. I don't trust that. They're just using like the evilest like object in existence, like it's no big deal. Sure.
Yeah.
It's going to take us exactly where we want to go. Why wouldn't it? I mean, to its credit, it does start off and say, "Nah, I don't like that idea. Let's try it this way." And it knocks, and it hits what, the door frame, and gets knocked out. And
Yeah.
It is interesting though, like, I mean, because we think about they don't see an action, like a lot of actual magic in their journey. And so, like, we know as the reader that, like, the ball is evil and, like, the turtle sigil is good, but they're technically just both sources of unknown. We don't know where the source comes from. I mean, power that, just show up and they have to use, good or bad.
well,
They don't have a choice.
yeah, what is the source? Like, is it? I don't know.
It's Ka.
Doesn't she say about? Wait, isn't there a part in there where she talks about making the balls, or did we do that already?
They talked about the history of it. They're Merlins, like the 12 rainbows or whatever. I don't know.
Okay, here we go again.
The wizard's glass.
Yeah.
Marilyn is the one that was in the cage as a tiger.
Yes.
Who is
But we
not
also,
Walter or any of those people.
I
That
don't
we
think
know.
so. But we also learned this time, I thought was an interesting little tidbit, that so Marilyn was the one that originally brought all the magic to, Eld and whatever and Prim, and then he left, and so the magic died, and man made machines to try to replicate the magic, and that's why the machines are all crazy, because it's not magic, I guess. Which doesn't make sense, but
I like that take. Like, they made the machines to try to replace the magic.
you can't do that.
I feel like magic would be unreliable as a like source like that to do what machines do.
Well, I guess the theory is, like, if they were maintaining them, they were fine, but they definitely have not held up.
Well,
Yeah,
and I
like,
think they said, like, they assumed that there would always be people to tend to the machines and keep them in good working order, and then the world started imploding. And okay.
imploding. I've heard that word a lot lately.
Yeah, too soon.
Yeah, there's a whole lot to talk about there. But how about Boy crying when Jake tells him to stay?
It's heartbreaking.
So I was reading that at work, and I legit almost started crying at work. And I was like, "Oh, no, can't do this."
Yeah, as bad as he is at women, as good as he is at fake people animals. That's good. Always my favorite. Ache. Like, no, you stay here. Like that one time, remember we went to Ash and you stayed. Yeah, and always just like, nope, ache. And like he says, you stay here with Cantab, and he's like, ache, tab, and the misery in that voice was impossible to deny.
I couldn't imagine. Like, I don't know how you do.
I would have had to have taken him at that point. Like, okay, fuck that. Right?
He did. We haven't gotten there yet, but he did jump through, didn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think
Wait,
that's what they were saying.
Where did Jake go?
Well, we haven't gotten there yet.
I was gonna say, yeah, we don't. But Jake went somewhere, right? He's not in the cave. He's through the door.
Well, I assume. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we technically don't know because we haven't seen Callahan or Jake since they went through the door. But assuming that.
But they went through the door.
On the 2 times that they wanted to, they should be in Susannah's New York.
Yeah.
Together. Didn't they get separated when they went through?
No.
They make that up.
Callahan and Jake?
Yeah. Maybe
I don't know.
I think somebody was holding hands. Maybe that was a different time. They're going through a lot of doors. I can't keep up. I love I hold to no God. I hold to the tower, and I won't pray to that. Well, so what does that mean? You hold to the tower, then?
It's like, that doesn't really give me any comfort, because you still, like, hold it as your God. So it's like, okay, you can say you're not going to pray to it, but you're doing it. I'm like,
Yeah. And the things you've done in its name is very religious like, I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
The unfound door confuses me. Why do we call it that?
I
I
think he
think
gave. Oh, go ahead.
doesn't the like the glyphs or something on the front in old
Oh
speak
yeah.
mean
Oh
unfound?
yeah, it does. It says unfound. I still don't know what the fuck that means. I mean, if the door's right there, I feel like you can't call it unfound. Before any of them could begin to register the fact that Ka had changed their plans, Ka had worked its will on them. Yeah, I feel like that's the door. That's not Ka. Convenient excuse. And
It's like it's hard to like identify with that sentiment because if that's the case, then what's the point of any of this? It's all just determined by Ka. So like, why even care?
I know it's very like fatalistic kind of. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like, well, fate's that way in general. It doesn't matter what I do because it's up to somebody else. It's fate. Fight.
Fate, yeah, I guess it's the same idea, but like the way they talk about Ka is like as though you have no choice, whereas fate to me feels like there's more willpower.
I
I don't know.
okay.
Probably just words and semantics.
Yeah, I mean, probably semantics, but I always saw fate differently. Like you didn't have a choice; it was fate. So it didn't matter what the fuck you did. Which that sounds insane.
I mean,
I don't like either one.
like, yeah, I guess it is kind of interchangeable. I think of Ka maybe too originally then.
I love like so. Yeah, third chapter is Trudy and Mia, and I just the way he just like randomly like picks some person, and we're gonna see the first part through like their eyes, not Susanna's.
Yeah, that was
Uh,
fun.
yeah, I like Trudy. I like the way she went from a skeptic to holy crap, it's real, and no one would believe her, and she doesn't know what to do with that because now she's one of the weirdos that she always made fun of.
It's that old thing.
Yeah, just random characters.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
that's a horror trope, is what I mean. Like the skeptic who ends up, no one
oh,
believing
yeah,
him.
that's true. I believe he may have invented 90% of the tropes out there. September's coming. He's got a book coming out. I'm still trying to finish freaking fairy tale. I can't get into it. I was trying to audiobook it so I didn't have to actually read it and just cheat for the last half because I'm halfway through it. I think my problem is we're doing a tower and I kind of don't care about fairy tale right now because we're about to like hit it.
Yeah, we're in it.
Yeah, so like we got half of this book and then just then we're done.
I'm
That last book.
not trying to distract yourself from Susanna with fairy tale though,
Yeah,
or something else.
I'll probably do it again because I'll probably finish this one early too. Especially if we do 3 weeks. Um, I'll definitely finish early. I'm trying. I had a whole week to like do fairy tale. I thought I was good, and I kept like turning it on and turning it on because I was thinking about the damn fucking tower. I hold to the tower too. God damn it. I like how Susanna, Mia, whoever the hell she is, grew legs right in front of Trudy. She's like, "Whoa, that's right. She grew legs, and she has white legs.
Yeah,
Is that right?
that's what I
So
was gonna say. And they're white.
Mia's white. Is she like
Yes.
white on top? I mean, white on the bottom and black on top. Like, what does Trudy see exactly?
Well, when Susanna sees her, like when they're talking in the castle, like at the end, she's all white.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, then like, no, I guess that's not. I was gonna say she can't be part of Susanna then, but I guess she can make up whatever fucking personality she wants. I guess.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
but
also,
isn't that kind of the point that she's not Susanna?
right.
Like literally not.
This one we
Yeah.
know is a possession. Like Mia is a demon.
So where's this body coming from?
It's in the mind. Where did the Dogen come from?
Yeah, but Trudy saw her.
Oh, you mean the legs?
Mia.
Well, the
Or-
legs, and she doesn't see Susanna. She sees all Mia, like the head, the legs, all that shit. So, like, where is that body that is Mia? Where is that coming from?